Hi, hello, Vanakkam, and welcome back to yet another episode on your favorite Little Slaw YouTube channel. And today I have got a question that I still don't get how to design based on business requirements. Let's say we have an endpoint that peak at 10K per day, comma 500 over minute. So how should I design? And we're going to use the Little Slaw for this design, and we'll see how to design it like to achieve 10K per day and 500 over per minute. Uh, yeah, for this, we're going to use Little Slaw. And this is me, Vasan Shanmugam. I welcome you all to our Little Slaw YouTube channel. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you haven't subscribed yet. And if you have any questions or any comments or any feedbacks, please do add that in the comment section. And yeah, as you all know, that we have Load Runner training on September 14th and 15th, and the registrations are still on. So if you're interested, you can reach out to me in the comment section, or you can reach out to me in the WhatsApp channel. And now let's go to the video. So first, let's see the 10K per day, and then we'll see how to achieve 500 over per minute. So to start with, 10K users, which is like 10,000 users, and as it is mentioned in the request that it's like a one day for one day. So we have to achieve 10,000 hits for every one day, right? So when they say like when she says like it's like 10,000 hits per day, the test duration is 24 hours, which is basically 86,400 seconds, right? So now the request per second has to be, let me just maximize this. Okay, so the test duration is 24 hours and it is 86,400 seconds. So now the request per second is, so basically the requests for one day. Okay, so let me make it like this. The request per day is 10,000. So now the requests per second is going to be 10,000 request. Let me make it like this. Okay, equal to 10,000 divided by 86,000, which is like for one day. Okay, so we basically get 0.11 request per second, which is even less than one. Okay, so you can simulate with a relatively small number of users if you assume that each user can generate one request per second. So the number of users is equal to like 0.11, or you can make it as 0.12 with a, I mean like which is like generating one request per second. So this is what you're going to do. So now this is very less. So what I assume is based on the requirement, the requirement like for one day is like 10,000 hits, but we want to run it through, we want to run it for like 1 hour. Okay, so this is the case one. So now when we are refining this to a performance testing requirement, we have to refine this like this, like we have to change it to like 1 hour. Okay, so when it comes to 1 hour, now the test duration is 3,600 seconds, which we all know. So it's 3,600 seconds. So now the request per hour is going to be the same. I'm going to have it as like 10,000. And now the request per second, or the transactions per second, the TPS. Okay, that's going to be 10,000, the request per hour. Make it like this, 10,000 divided by 3,600. Okay, which is 2.7 requests per 2.78. I mean, like if each virtual user can send one request per second, the number of users would be like, okay, let me make it like this way. So the number of users is going to be 2.78, which is approximately three users generating one request per second. So this is what we are going to achieve. Okay, so we're going to achieve, we are going to use three users so that we can achieve 10,000 hits in 1 hour. Okay, so that's going to be our uh, outcome of the design. And there is another question as well, like 500 hits per minute. Okay, let's see how to achieve that and how many hits we will achieve out of it. So far, I think I made it very clear. So 10,000 hits per day is a very small hit rate, but they wanted it to convert it to 1 hour to run a test. So when we are converting it to 1 hour, we are going to we are going to use at least three users for every single second so that we can achieve 10,000 hits in 1 hour. Okay. So now moving on to the second case. So now here I'll make it as like 10,000 hits. So that's going to be the first one, and then the second sheet is going to be 500 per minute. Okay. So it is 500 per minute. Let's see the number of virtual users. Okay. So to generate 500 requests per minute, the number of virtual users is going to be total requests per minute divided by requests per minute per user. So this is what we're going to achieve. Okay. So like I said, it's if it is going to be like 500 requests per minute, then the number of virtual users is going to be total requests per minute divided by requests per minute per user. So if one user generates, okay, let me take it like this way. If one user generates 60 requests per minute, one user, okay, like which is like one request one request for every single second. Okay, so when I'm achieving one request per second, which is for a minute, I can achieve 600 requests. So now again the same thing. So I'm going to use the number of virtual users here, and then the question here is 500 requests per minute. So I'm going to copy this here, 500 requests per minute, and then here this is the one. So 600 requests per minute per user. So 600 requests per minute per user. Okay, so let me bring it down. So 500 requests per minute divided by 60 requests per minute per user. So I'll be achieving approximately 9. I have to use at least approximately 9 users. Okay, so that I'll be able to achieve the 500 requests per minute threshold. And there is one more thing which we always forget, but we should not forget it, which is like adding think time to it. So if users don't send requests continuously, which is like they use think time in between the requests, so the number of users will need to increase. Okay, for example, if a user waits for like 5 seconds, so a 5 second of think time, okay, so they can send only 12 requests per minute, because again I will say, so the number of V users is going to be 500, like we told I told you in the beginning. And then when I'm adding the think time, I'll be able to achieve only 12 requests per minute. Okay, so now you can ask me, how did I achieve the 12 seconds of think time? So let me bring you this one. So the total time for one user, okay, which I'll say like total time per cycle, okay, and that is going to be the response time. So I'm not having any idea on response time, but I'm having an idea on the think time. Okay, so I'm not having. Let take for example, if the API like takes like zero point 0.5 seconds, the think time is going to be like 5 seconds. So on an average, I'd be able to achieve 12 hits per minute, right? 12 hits per minute. So that's why I have got. I mean, like, let me take this way. So I've got like 5 seconds. Okay, the total per minute is like 60 per minute divided by 5.5 seconds. So you can see I am able to achieve like at almost around approximate of like 11 hits. Okay, let me make it as 11 hits then. So the number of V users, if I'm adding a think time of 5 seconds, I'll have to use a 11 user. Okay, so the number of, so on an average, I'll be able to achieve what, I mean, I would need at least 45 users if I'm adding a think time of 5 seconds. Okay, so this is how the number of users will automatically change if we use think times and if we don't use think time. So that's the difference. Like previously, if you see, if I'm not using any think time, I'll be able to achieve 9 users. But when I'm using think time, I will have to use, so like I told you, so every second, but it's not possible. Like every second, you will not be able to achieve the this number of hits, because we should add think time and then there is another response time. So once after the response time, only when we after the response time, then we have to go for the next iteration. So all these combined, right? So this is actually the actual threshold value where you can achieve. Like if you want to achieve 500 requests per minute, then you must need achieve 45 users to achieve that hit rate, adding the think time and everything. But in the other scenario, what if you are using 10 10 as your think time. Okay, 10 seconds as your think time. So in that scenario, you'll have to have like 10.5 seconds, which is like 5.7. So for every cycle, it I mean like you'll be able to achieve like five. You'll be able to achieve only like 5 hits per minute. So when you're achieving 5 hits per minute, then automatically when you reduce it here, you would need 100 users to achieve 500 requests per minute. So the more you add the think time, the more you would need to add the users. But it's always the best way to is to optimize the number of hits and the number of think time, right? So it's always a mix and match. So you must really have to optimize it. You must really know how much think time you have to add, and based on that think time, you would that would control the pacing, that would control the number of iterations. So everything is interdependent. So you have to keep on practicing these with the Excel sheets like this, and you can use the little star very well to achieve this one. And yep, I believe I have answered this question. So I wish you all the very best for your workload modeling. And for those who haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe to our channel. And yep, see you in my next video. Until then, it's bye bye from Vasan Shanmugam and your favorite Little Star YouTube channel. Take care and bye bye.